13. More than ever. We could have done such damage, G said, still pestering Tenka as they returned to the village. What damage would you have done? Tenka asked. You are still limping. Your movement would have been weak. Your spear throw would suffer as well. Tenka knew this would infuriate the young woman, but she could not resist. Suffer? I think your brain suffers. We would have killed them and won the fight. Then when our sisters returned, we could hold our heads up and show them the bones of our enemies, piled high. Instead, your mate brings us disgrace. Careful, sister. G swallowed whatever other words were dying to escape her mouth, and did not speak again after that. Tenka knew Otch had made the right choice, but she also felt robbed. G was right. Killing a pack of invaders that size so near the village would have been the stuff of songs. But hot-headed actions like that were the reason they had almost been erased as a people in the long-ago days. The reason women now left the village to hunt and raid, while the men stayed back to farm and look after the young and old. Tenka found her mate sitting by the river, fishing basket in hand, staring into the water. She cocked her head. Should the basket not be in the water where the fish are? He smiled. I was lost in thought. You were thinking about the encounter with the Easterlings, questioning your decision. You know me too well. Otch, my river rock, she sighed, you did the right thing. You know how they talk, Otch said. Will it be that I made the wise decision, or that I acted out of cowardice, choosing caution over honor? Remember the old proverb, Tenka said. Life kept is worth honor missed, if the life is not your own and the honor is. He nodded. A good proverb. He stepped into the river, dipped the basket under the water, looked back at her. I am very lucky to have you. I agree. The hunting pack returned next day carrying a dead Boshtena on a litter and some dried meat and fruit they had been given by a captain scouting party. The stories of Otch's near battle with the Easterlings were the talk of the village. The hunting pack knew every detail almost upon arrival. Uriah sat beside Tenka at the village fire. If I were man of war, she said, would I possess the will to withhold from such a glorious win? The sun dipped below the horizon for its brief summer rest. I do not know, Uriah answered her own question, but it is good Otch did. She was the oldest hunter in the village, still going out with the pack. How did the hunt go after we left? Tenka asked. Uriah took a long draw from the council pipe. Not bad, she said. You saw the spoils. The meat from the Boshtena will feed us for a few days until the other pack returns. Our fight with the chat was a good one. She gestured toward Tenka's shoulder, still healing from her fight with the chat woman. Even though they gave us little enough for our troubles. Even so. She paused for another draw on the pipe, then passed it to Tenka. Our lands change. Animals follow new migrations. Mornings are colder. The rain comes full strength or not at all, floods or famine. Peoples trade places, new for old. I do not know what these things mean, she said with a sigh. She quoted a song their people sometimes sang during gatherings. Great Spirit speaks to us of change, sings it in the winds, draws it in the sands. Tenka nodded. I only hope Great Spirit speaks to us about what we are to do, how we are to keep our place in these lands for our children and their children. Uriah nodded. Great Mother will know what to do. She always knows, though she is not always generous with her wisdom. Do you think she will speak at first moon gathering? I think we must pester her until she does. Our people need wisdom now more than ever. Tenka sat by the fire long after each of her children, drunk with tiredness, had stumbled off to bed under the watchful care of their grandmother. She watched the smoke from the fire rise in swirling clouds and enjoyed the brief coolness before the sun awoke once more. A hand appeared in front of Tenka's face. Otch stood before her. She yawned and stretched and grabbed his hand, and he pulled her to her feet. "This time it was I who was lost in thought," she said.